Jim, how you doing, pal?
Fine, thank you, John.
It's just about, I was listening for the last couple of nights, just basically a couple of guys saying Naismith should have been sent off. Even Rangers fans were saying just to protect him so he wouldn't have got the injury and all this nonsense, right? But my main concern about the whole thing was he should have been sent off and Rangers would have been down to 10 men and Lafferty wouldn't have been on to replace him because they had to restructure the side. And I look at the one that the big boy Fallon that got sent off for elbowing late in the game and I go, that was never a sending off. No, everybody's missing the point here. Rangers would have been down to 10 men, and I don't know how many times the Rangers have beat 10 men this season. It must be about, how many games have we played? It must be about 6 to beat 10 men. You know what I mean? And it must be an advantage to play against 10 and 11. And everybody's missing the point here with the Naismith thing. He should have been off. Rangers should have been down to 10 men, and that's it.
I'll bring the guys in a second, but just for anyone who hasn't heard, Rory Fallon had his appeal against that red card held today, and it was rescinded and replaced with a yellow. So
there you go then, Jim.
Craig Brown and Aberdeen, they were obviously quite right to appeal. They got that reduced to a yellow.
So even worse then, Jim, that the Aberdeen should still had 11 men on the part and Rangers would have been down to 10 then, eh?
Yeah. What about John's point, Roger?
Was it luck?
Listen, I've heard a few people make the point it wasn't a clever tackle. Nobody's saying it was a clever tackle. I was astonished that Willie Collum didn't, at least wave a yellow card at Naismith at the weekend. The fact is, he didn't. If you look at the weekend, some of the tackles, I think the one by Naismith and Milsom probably wouldn't even have made it into the top 3 when you think, the tackle Ian Black was sent off for, the tackle by Josh Meekings up at Inverness that put Stephen Hamill out of the game. It wasn't a clever tackle. Everybody knows that. But, I've heard these calls the last couple of nights. I think it's a bit churlish to demand some action against Stephen Naismith, when the poor lad's lying there for 8 or 9 months, isn't going to play again this season, probably could be pushed to play again at the start of next season. And, I do have sympathy, though, as John says, for Rory Fallon. The red card's been downgraded to a yellow card, but it was the second of the game, so he's still having to serve a 1-game ban at Perth on Monday night.
Well, for the first time, Jim, I'm going against my great friend here, Roger. I think John's got great points, to be honest with you. When you see the tackle, it's a send off, and in the letter by the law just now, it's a send off. You see the player Milsom coming off 8 to 10 stitches through his shin guard. I'm sorry, that's not a yellow card for me. I don't care. I've seen what's going on in football for the last couple of years and the silly red cards and everything. That wasn't a yellow card. I'm also sorry for the fact that we have lost one of, for me, a tremendous young player for 9 months as Naismith. We don't want to see that injury. And I think John's right. I think Rangers should have been reduced to 10 men. Willie Collum didn't see it. He didn't call it. Naismith played on. All of a sudden the injury got worse and the knee buckled, and we know what happened from there. And I do agree with the fact that Rory Fallon should never have been sent off. I think he designed the ball, but we're all about opinions. But if I was playing and somebody came in and tackled me and left me with 10 stitches and a wound through my shin guard, I would be looking for a referee to take action, send them off. So I disagree with my good friend sitting over here. I don't think it's a yellow card. I think it's a red.
We've got a compliance officer now, though, who looks at these. Are you surprised, Gordon, that Vincent Lunny hasn't taken action against Naismith this week?
Yeah, I am. I can understand everybody's phone calls in here were about, he should have been suspended and everything. He's out for 9 months anyway. And let's be honest, we don't want to heap more misery on Naismith. But if you're Aberdeen, Roger, you're feeling a bit aggrieved by that. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I'm not, and it's just a tragedy that young Naismith, what's happened to him, and he's going to miss so many games. But to be honest with you, and let's not sit in the fence here, it was a terrible tackle. A terrible tackle for to open somebody's leg up and give them 10 stitches through a shin guard. I played football all my days. I know how hard a tackle that must be and how over the ball you are. So let's not defend him in that situation. John's 100% right. I think Rangers should have been down to 10 men.
If you look at the weekend, and listen, John, you can come back in on this. I don't think it's been a great weekend for referees, because as I said, whether it's a yellow card or a red card, there should have been some admonishment for Naismith. You look at these today. Rob Douglas up at Dundee, his red card's been quashed. Rory Fallon in the game we're talking about, John, his red card's been quashed as well. Willie Collum hasn't done anything to Naismith. And referees in general, I don't
fine
think
by me, honestly,
they had a
the referee
great weekend.
Sorry, the referee probably missed the actual initial contact. He could have missed it. But what I'm really saying is, I don't want anything to happen to Naismith. He's been unlucky. He's going to boot for 9. He could be here. He could do a career ender. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to let myself. Everybody was missing the point. Aberdeen would have had an advantage of having 11 against 10, and that's. Everybody seems to miss the point. I'm a Celtic supporter, and I always go, sometimes it's a luck of the draw, and it is a luck of the draw. We've been very unlucky in injuries, and I've listened to the show last night, and Shu was basically saying, that's just an excuse. No, it's fact, and I go like myself, it can happen to any team. You can go through a run of injuries, and it can affect your season. Anybody and any manager will tell you exactly the same thing. Injuries can affect your season, and it's happening to us. But I'm just looking at it and going like myself, when we've got a wee bit of luck on our side, it doesn't seem to be happening. Aberdeen should have been 11 men, Rangers should have been 10.
John, the only thing I'll say to you is, it wouldn't guarantee that Aberdeen would beat Rangers.
No, it wouldn't guarantee, but I would always say 10 against 11. No, well, wait.
Yeah, fine, but as I say, obviously it doesn't guarantee anything.
No, it doesn't.
I am agreeing with your point of view, because I do think Naismith was very, very lucky to escape a red card. But in another sense, I hate to see a young player, we're not missing him for Rangers, the fact that Rangers support Rangers Football Club, but for Scotland as well. He's a fantastic talent. I think he's been terrific since the start of the season, scoring goals. These are the kind of guys I want to see week in, week out. But the letter of the law, I thought the referee called it totally wrong in both accounts.
John, thank you very much indeed for your call. Roger, let's look at this point before we move on. Is it possible in this situation that, given the fact that Naismith was down for quite a while with that tackle, before he actually got the serious injury with nobody near him, that the referee took pity on him, and secondly, the compliance officer has taken pity on him?
I think Willie Collum hasn't seen it properly, to be perfectly honest with you, Jim. I don't think he's taken pity on him. I just think he hasn't noticed the severity of the challenge. Otherwise, he would have had at least a yellow card. Mm-hmm. He would have waved a yellow card straight away.
Roger, it's more than a yellow. Come on. Get off the fence. It's more than a yellow card.
It's not a case of being in the fence.
Come on, well, it's more than a yellow card. Are you telling me, as a reporter, that you're telling me that's a yellow card?
The referee's got one look at it. You look at the fouls at the weekend. When I saw the Ian Black challenge, listen,
is that a yellow or a red?
Listen. When you see the Ian Black challenge, you know straight away, red card. When you see the Naismith challenge first time, I thought, yellow card. Likewise, when you see the Meekings challenge and Stevie Hamill at Inverness, I thought, yellow card. When you see Meekings again, you think, yeah, there's a decision there.
You see Naismith again, what do you think?
No, I can see either. It could be a yellow, it could be a red. But Willie Collum's wrong. I'm not defending Willie Collum. He's got it wrong for whatever reason. Whether he's seen it, whether he's not seen it, he's got it wrong. It should have been a card of some case. Jim, your point, Vincent Lunny, I think definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, he's taken pity on Naismith because he knows Naismith's out for a period of time and he doesn't want to rub salt into the wounds by, bringing him up to Hampden to hand him a 2-game ban when he's out for 8 or 9 months anyway.
0845 500